Welcome back to another episode of the Diabetes Digital Podcast presented by Food Heaven. Before we jump in, I wanted to share a little bit about an event that we have coming up on February 26th. We are going to be hosting an open house, and there's actually two different open houses. One is for providers and one is for patients. So I'll start with the patient one because most of you guys listening are probably potential patients and clients of Diabetes Digital. So if you want to meet Wendy and myself and also just learn about Diabetes Digital, the work that we do, how you can sign up, the insurances we take, and how much coverage you can expect to get from your insurance plan, definitely make sure to sign up. We'll go over what a nutrition session looks like, how our team can support your health. We're going to have some prizes there as well. And like I said, you'll get a chance to meet Wendy and myself and ask your questions to us directly. So the patient open house is going to be at 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST. You can go ahead and register at diabetesdigital.co, that's .co/events. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and there's a link to register for the patient open house. If you are a provider, we have an open house just for you that same day earlier in the day. So that one is at 9 a.m. PST and 12 p.m. EST. For providers, we're going to talk about our weight-inclusive, patient-centered nutrition approach, as well as the insurance plans we accept and some of our outcomes, the specifics on how you can refer to us as a provider who wants to work with Diabetes Digital and have us help support your patients. So again, for providers, you can go to diabetesdigital.co/events, register for the providers open house, which is going to be at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. The patient one is at 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST. So go ahead, register right now. You'll get reminders with the date and time, and we will see you there.
Welcome to the Diabetes Digital Podcast. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Jess, and we're best friends, registered dietitians, and diabetes educators.
Through our telehealth platform, diabetesdigital.co, we offer accessible and personalized virtual nutrition counseling for people with diabetes and prediabetes.
Visit diabetesdigital.co, that's C-O, to book your first appointment. We accept insurance and offer affordable self-pay options. Now, let's get into today's episode.
Before I kick things off, wanted to share a patient review that I thought was so thoughtful. And this review is from Carrie, and they write, "I have nothing but amazing things to say about Diabetes Digital. 2 years ago, I discovered that my A1C was in the pre-diabetic range. I was shocked. I researched and discovered Diabetes Digital, and everything about my experience has been easy and helpful. They accept almost all insurances, and I've never had to pay more than a copay at the most. I've had the pleasure of meeting online with Nikki, the most knowledgeable dietitian ever. She has single-handedly helped me get my A1C down to a normal level with simple dietary changes. Please give Diabetes Digital a call if you need help with anything diabetes related." That is so sweet.
That's amazing. Shout out to Nikki, our clinical manager.
Superstar. It's always great reading these reviews, because we do the work day in and day out, and we know it's making a difference, but when you get these affirmations, it drives us even more to continue doing this. So thank you so much to Carrie. And if you're interested in becoming a patient, go to the website, diabetesdigital.co, share it with a friend or family who can use support in anything nutrition counseling related. We don't just see people with diabetes, we see people with all conditions or even for preventative purposes. Some of my current nutrition favorites. This one I've been on for a few months. And honestly, now that I think about it, I'm like, a lot of these are Trader Joe's related.
Yeah. Mine are all protein related.
I'll try to mix it up. Okay, so there's this salad that you guys might be familiar with in Trader Joe's. It's the lemon arugula salad. Have you had it, Jess?
I don't know. I don't go there as often. Maybe only once a quarter now?
You would know. Yeah, you would know.
Okay.
You haven't had it. It's so good. It's it has all these little, ingredient packs inside. So it has nuts, it has Parmesan, it has this lemony dressing, and then it's arugula with shaved carrots. Oh my God. It's really, really good. I'm actually going to have some today.
Delish.
Yeah. Their salad packs are really good. Not like the little salad bins that are ready to eat. It's more so the ones that you kind of put together yourself. They also have this Asian inspired it's kind of, it's not a slaw, but it has all the ingredients of a slaw with like the cabbage and I think it has
I
carrots
love a
too.
slaw.
Yeah, but then it has nuts as well. And it has, I think, seaweed and like this miso dressing that is really good. Yeah, so those I stand by and I highly recommend.
Love. Okay, so my first one is if you don't tolerate dairy as well, or you just happen to be vegan, and you're looking for a Greek yogurt that contains a similar amount of protein as like a dairy Greek yogurt, but you're looking for it in a vegan form, I've tried them all. And there's only one that I will recommend, and that is the Kite Hill Greek yogurt. They have a plain version and they have a vanilla version. The reason I like them is they each have 15 grams of protein per serving, which is amazing for a vegan yogurt. And the taste is pretty good. I won't say they're amazing, but they're pretty good. Like a lot of them to me are not edible. This one is like pretty good. And it's great too because they don't have any added sugar, which I also love. So if you're looking to incorporate more protein from a plant-based perspective, definitely check them out. The only thing that I don't like is they're expensive. So it's not something that, yeah, I personally even have every single day, maybe a couple days a week when I'm just looking for a balanced snack, and I'll mix in maybe some fruit in there, some nuts, and it is chef's kiss perfect and gives you that 15 grams.
Yum. Love it. Yeah, my one of my best friends who eats mostly vegan, she really loves Kite Hill.
Oh,
So,
good. Okay. Kite Hill's good. There's a lot of bad ones out there.
All right. This one is a little basic, but I'm going to tell you how I make it. It's more like a recipe that I've been making regularly. Zucchini sliced up in thin rounds in the air fryer, topped with Parmesan. It's everything. And then you drizzle it with like I use the oil spray just so I could crisp up and like a mist of soy sauce. Oh my God. And you put it in the air fryer and it turns into like crispy little rounds. And then with the Parmesan, it just takes it over the edge. It's so simple, yet so delicious. And that is something that I make a lot in the winter just because it's comforting. I'm still getting my veggies in. It's ready within minutes because the air fryer is a genius invention. So give it a try.
Okay, sorry, just to recap, because I'm going to make it today. So you said it's sliced zucchini, Parmesan, olive oil, and soy sauce?
Yeah, so you're gonna slice the zucchini in thin rounds. You're gonna put it in the air fryer, spray it with some oil, just a little
Okay.
bit, and then do a light spray if you can, or just like a quick drizzle of soy sauce so it could brown it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Air fry it. Once it's like crispy and fully cooked, not soggy, but just like crispy and firm, then you're gonna remove it and you're gonna top it with Parmesan, and that's it.
Oh, after. Okay, cool.
After,
Yay, I think I had
after,
that at your house. It was really good.
so good.
I got the same air fryer. Okay. My next one is another protein. Wish I had more diversity in things. Sorry, everyone. So my husband loves this too. It's a great snack. I love granola. And so this in particular, there's two that I really like. The Kind protein granola. It doesn't even have like that much protein, but I do feel like it's a little bit more of a balanced granola because sometimes they can be, like a ton of added sugar in there. So this one does have, they all have added sugar, but it's a little bit less. And then you have the benefit of getting a little protein too. So I'll always like mix this with like that Kite Hill Greek yogurt, and then that's a great snack. Or if there's a day where I just can't get it together to like make a smoothie or whatever for breakfast, I'll have this protein granola with maybe some soy milk so that again you're still having the cereal based thing, but it's not going to make your blood sugar go up as high maybe as like a sugar that is less protein in it and more sugary. So I really like this one. There's also a Trader Joe's version that is cheaper. So Trader Joe's has their own protein granola. I'm pretty sure it's the same product, just in like different packaging. Yeah, I've been a fan of that like for years and years and years and years and years, and just wanted to share.
Love it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my husband has that Trader Joe's product here. I think he literally was just having it yesterday.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's so funny. Like a lot of the clients I work with, like the men, they have that one too. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, he
It's
loves his
good though. It
granola.
is good. It just has some like peanuts in there.
Okay. Cool. All right. My last one in the food category, again, basic, but I am a basic girl when it comes to just ingredients and things. I don't really buy a lot of like food products. I like more so working with like different ingredients. And this is going to be coriander and capers. And I'll tell you why. I have been cooking lately from the Alison Roman cookbook, her original one, I think. I think it's called Nothing Fancy. I think it's,
Nothing fancy.
yeah, that one. Because when I was in Amsterdam last summer, one of our really good friends, Marley, she made a whole spread from that cookbook.
Aww.
And I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And she's like, Alison Roman.
Marley,
And
love her some Alison Roman.
I know she she swears by her. And I wasn't necessarily checking for Alison Roman. I've known about her, but I never gave her recipes a try, or like I wasn't necessarily like following her or anything like that. But then after I tasted Marley's spreads, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. Marley was like, you have to give her a shot. So I ordered her cookbook.
Oh, good.
Incredible. She uses a lot of coriander and capers in her recipes. And she's very creative with how she incorporates, just like different ingredients, period. Like for Thanksgiving, we cooked from her cookbook entirely, and it was out of this world. It was so good. So yeah, just this past week, I made this like roasted cauliflower, and it had coriander and capers. It also had like other spices and things, and it was just incredible. So
yum.
Yeah, I like, just like incorporating ingredients that I wouldn't think to usually incorporate in recipes like these. And with capers, I like that she usually, in these recipes, like I'm finding that she roasts them a lot. So they end up being really crispy, which I really like. They have a crunch to it.
Lovely. I'm on her newsletter and have her cookbooks. I never make anything though. I don't know why, but I watch her videos, especially when she was like in New York City. She moved upstate.
I saw that. Yeah.
And she has like a store. You should check it out.
Yeah, but I think it's more like I don't think it's not in the Hudson Valley. It's more on like the Delaware side. Yeah, it seems like it's more in like the boonies. So probably won't be making my way there.
Making that trek. But yeah, her videos, I'd always be like, I'm going to just watch 1 minute. And then it's like 35 minutes later every time. It's just like, you can't look away. She's very entertaining.
Her recipes are really good.
Yeah, everyone said, I know. And a lot of Black people love her too. Like,
yeah. I mean, she did get canceled. I don't know if you remember that.
Well, sorry, her food. Yeah.
But then she made a comeback.
She definitely got canceled. But like, I'm just thinking of, I listened to Vibe Check, and Sam Sanders, he was talking about how he made the best Thanksgiving meal ever. And it was like the best ribs he ever had. And he had his like Southern aunt there and was like, who made these ribs? And all these Black people. And then he was like, you ain't going to guess. Alison Roman. And they're like, what? It's like from her cookbook.
No, but listen, Thanksgiving meal we made, girl, wow. It was a showstopper. It was really good.
Oh my God. Okay, it's just like for me, she does a lot of like meat, and I don't eat meat. So that's like why I never really made anything, but she does other stuff that I should try.
She does. Yeah, she does. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving along to books, podcasts, or learning resources. This is segment 2. We're going to have 4 segments of what we're loving. So I'll start. And actually, when we created the notes for this show, when was this? I feel like it was a couple months ago, because I'm like, yeah, I feel like I've watched new shows and read new books since then, but they're still good. So I will say, I'm going to just do a list of 2, keep it short and sweet. So number 1 for a book, is Wedding People. Have you read that?
I haven't. No. Is it on our list, our shared list?
Yeah, I put everything on the list.
Okay.
It's really, I'll just give you the premise. It's really entertaining. It's a woman who goes to this fancy hotel and there's a wedding happening at the hotel. And her plan is to commit suicide. Trigger warning. Her plan was to commit suicide because something, like she's going through, her husband left her, all these things. And so she tells like the bride to be this. And it's kind of like the intersection of her and her suicide plan. It sounds so dark and it's not. And then also like the wedding happening and like how those two things intersect. It's really good.
Okay.
I think it was like one of the most popular books last year in 2025. I think it probably came out in 2025. So yeah, it's very entertaining. It's kind of a bit of a love story. It's written well and it keeps you on your toes. So I'd recommend that. And it's also like not a dense read.
Okay.
But it's still written well. So Wedding People. And then my second is a podcast. And I maybe have mentioned it before. It's called Glamorous Trash. It is by a comedian / author / TV writer / she's just worked on her first feature film that's coming out, I think, this year, next year. And so she's talented, as I say that to say. Her name is Chelsea Devantez. Also read her memoir, which is really good, called I Shouldn't Be Telling You This. I love her personality. She's also comes to everything from just like a nuanced, progressive lens, but that's like entertaining and pop culture meets politics in a way. And she's just funny. And so if you were to listen to this podcast, I would definitely start with the Jada Pinkett Smith one. It's celebrity memoirs. So she reads a celebrity memoir. She always has a guest on and they dissect it. And it's so funny. And the Jada Pinkett Smith one, like I didn't read the book, but apparently it was a disaster. And so they go through that. They also did one on The View, which there was a journalist from Variety who wrote a book about The View and all the drama behind the scenes. Wendy, I mentioned this to you so many times. It's such a good book. So they went through that one and the episode was hilarious. I read the book and I was like, oh my God, I can't even believe what happens in Hollywood and that people will, all the celebrities will volunteer all this info. It's so juicy. So definitely start with those two episodes. It's called Glamorous Trash by Chelsea Devantez.
Ooh, love, love, love. I'm definitely going to read that book that you mentioned, The Wedding People.
Oh, yeah. I think you'll like it.
All right. So in terms of books, podcasts that I've been loving lately, one is a podcast. It's called Café con Pam. And that's a podcast that I was actually on not too long ago. Did an episode on just growing up Dominican and working in the diabetes space, being a dietitian. I just really love the host's interviewing style. Once I spoke with her because like we were doing our interview and I was like, oh my God, I could talk to you for hours and hours. And then she's like, I know, same. And then I'm like, let me listen to all her other episodes. And they were so good. She is Mexican and a lot of her guests, I would say most of them are Latin American. I find, especially with the California Latinos or like the West Coast Latinos, they usually, when they're doing Latino podcasts, it's like they're interviewing other brown Latinos if they're brown. There's not a lot of diversity in the types of Latinos that they're talking to. And so when I was looking through her podcast page, I found it really refreshing that she had like a lot of good variety with her guests. Like there were tons of Dominicans that she had interviewed.
Oh, nice.
Puerto Ricans, like just people from the Caribbean, from all over, Latin America. Also Black Americans, like, because I do think it's very important to just get perspective from people of different cultures when you are highlighting Latino stories. So I really have been enjoying her interviews. I've been binging them. So that's one. And then for a book that I read lately, Into the Beautiful North is a book that was recommended to me by my friend Lois. And I really loved it. It takes place in Mexico. It's a border town in Mexico. And there is a little girl who lives in this border town, and she watches The Magnificent Seven, and she becomes inspired because she notices that all of the men in her town have migrated north. They have gone over the border, and there's not a lot of men in her town. It's mostly a town of like women and children. And there's these gangs that are taking over the town. And she's like, we need to recruit 7 magnificent men that have crossed the border to come back so we can repopulate our town and kind of like take it back. And she becomes like the superhero in her own story. Like she makes the voyage into California, to San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, she's just like so badass. And she ends up encountering so many Mexican men who are like, oh, I actually would love to go back. Like this is such a great idea. And it's pretty inspiring and beautiful. So yeah, that was another book that I read lately.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to share also a documentary that I think this audience would really appreciate. I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but that is moving. So there's this woman, I wish I had her name, but I came across her Instagram, and her Instagram is all about documentaries, and I love documentaries, and she watches like thousands of documentaries a year. And she was saying that there was one documentary last year that she cannot stop thinking about that was the best documentary of 2025. And so I was like, okay, I got to watch this. It's called Beyond Utopia. And it is a story of North Korea and a family. It's kind of like you're following the journey of, I mean, journey is maybe a light way to put it, but like a horror story more so, of a family who escapes from North Korea. And it's like a mom, 2 kids, and a dad and a grandma. And you literally follow them like through the jungles of Vietnam, like everything, like
Wow.
until they, I won't give it away, but it's like there's this pastor in, I forget which country, one of the neighboring country. Maybe he's in South Korea. I can't remember, or China, but there's a pastor who his whole life's mission is to help people get out of North Korea. And he's helped 1,000 people. And you never actually have seen the live footage of like the family, like hiding in the car while there's like soldiers, like checking. It's insane. And it was so moving and so touching. And it's like, dang, you just feel like you wish you could do something, do more. And so, yeah, ever since watching, I've just been very interested in learning more about North Korea. I've probably, since watching this documentary, watched like 10 other documentaries on North Korea. So definitely something I'd recommend. And just, I think it is touching also in the sense of like, just seeing how other people are risking their lives for the benefit of strangers. And then, how in the US, we can be very selfish, or, we're so consumerism driven and all the things. And it's like the protein powders, but like people are literally like fighting for their lives. And, I think it's just good for perspective. So definitely check it out. It's called Beyond Utopia. I think it's on Hulu. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's on Hulu.
Oh my God, I am definitely going to watch that. I actually already bookmarked it. Did you add that to our list, by the way?
I did not.
Okay.
Because the list is, for me, it's just books and movies. But I guess that's a documentary. But yeah, I should.
Yeah, you should add it. Okay, yeah, because it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It has really good reviews, so I'm definitely going to watch that.
It's incredible. Yeah, I'm grateful to have watched it.
Okay, can't wait. All right, so we're going to talk about some self-care tools and routines that we have been loving lately. My number one has been not overcommitting to plans. I actually made a spreadsheet last year, like towards the end of the year when I was planning for 2026, of all of the travel that I have coming up, even like flex travel where I'm like, oh, it would be nice to like do this trip or that trip, like things that might be a little more local. Like I literally laid it all out and started plugging it into like the different months and things just so I can do better at spacing things out, because 2025 was a whirlwind with the travel. It was great, but it was just it was kind of crazy. Like there were months where I was going to 4 different places in a month. It was
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
insane. Yeah, so I'm not doing that this year. And already it feels.
I laugh because you say that every year.
I know. All my friends say that. They're like, girl, even my therapist, she's like, okay, girl, sounds like you got a problem.
Because I'm like, you could listen to every episode from the end and beginning. And you're like, I'm not doing that again. And then it's like more travel.
No, I'm for real this time, guys. I'm serious. And already I feel like the year has started off and it feels incredible. I'm like, oh my God, I've been home for a few weeks now. I don't have any travel coming up until March. I feel amazing. And I have been tempted. Trust me. I'm already getting invited to things and I'm like, no, I can't do it. It's going to be different for 2026. I can feel it.
Yeah, I feel it for you. Especially if you weren't writing it all down before.
That's true. I wasn't.
You have to write it down or put it in your calendar so you could just see how it feels like looking at like the back to back to back.
Yes.
Okay. So my go-to right now for self-care is, I'm looking at this and I put reading, which is true, but I'm trying to think since I put this, is there anything else that's not so basic? I will say reading before bed is very helpful if you don't do it, because I know a lot of people have their phones before bed, and that is, to me personally, not helpful, but there's nothing better than a Kindle and some blue light blocking glasses to like knock you out immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you are struggling with sleep, that would be a recommendation, is to replace the phone with a Kindle or a book. And it's nice because you don't even have to pay for the books. Like you can use Libby, the library app. I don't know if you use that, but what?
No. What is that?
Oh my God. Okay. So this will be my tip. Libby is an app for the public library system and it connects with Kindle. So you can check out books virtually from the app and have them delivered directly to your Kindle.
Oh my God.
You rent them for 21 days. You can always renew them. So I've stopped buying books because now, even if the book is not available, you just go through and you just click reserve, like, and put it on hold. And when it is available, it'll let you know. You just click a button, it goes to your Kindle. Wow. And I don't think there's a limit on how many books you can have. At some point, the book's going to come around. I've been doing this for 6 months. There's only been one book maybe that wasn't on there. They also have audiobooks too. So definitely check out Libby. You do it all online. You don't have to go into the library to get a library card. You can get it virtually. And it saves you so much money because books are really expensive.
Yeah. Oh my God. I spend so much money on books.
Yeah.
How exciting. Oh my God. I'm going to do that.
Download Libby. It's great.
Libby. Okay. I'm definitely going to do that for sure. Great idea. All right. Well, that is all we have for you today. We hope that this episode was fun. It inspired you to try something new. And if you have any favorites that you want to share, DM us and we can share it with our audience. We can share it with our listeners. We love hearing what's working for you. So definitely hit us up. And thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. And if you haven't already, leave us a review on iTunes. It really does help. So if you have a minute or two, just go on there and leave us 5 stars. You could leave some words. We would really appreciate it. We read all of them. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode. If you're interested in nutrition counseling with one of our expert dietitians to help improve your prediabetes or diabetes, visit us at diabetesdigital.co.
Also, if you found our conversation helpful, do us a favor and rate and review this podcast on iTunes, plus share with someone who might find this helpful. You can also connect with us on Instagram at diabetesdigital.co.
And tune in every Wednesday for practical, inclusive, and culturally humble diabetes insights. We'll catch you later. Bye.